Your most obedient clients, the ones who never miss, who never question you, never push back, are actually your biggest flight risks. And the clients who negotiate, challenge you, or ask, why are we doing this? Those are the ones who stay for years. I spent 18 years in the Army watching people who followed orders perfectly quit the moment the pressure disappeared. And later at Harvard, I learned the psychology behind why trainers see the exact same pattern. In this video, I'm going to show you the 2 types of clients you're training right now, how to spot which one you have, and what to do before your perfect client suddenly disappears, because this is the most counterintuitive truth about retention. Let's get into the types and how to stop them from bailing on you. Type 1 clients, the obedient ones. These are the clients who show up because they have to. Maybe they paid money and feel obligated. Maybe you're watching and they don't want to disappoint you. Maybe they're training for an event and need the accountability. But here's the thing, they're not showing up because they want to. They're showing up because of an external pressure. And you can spot them because they never push back, they do exactly what you say, even if it doesn't feel right to them. They talk about outcomes and not feelings. For example, I lost 3 pounds, not I feel amazing. They need constant accountability. And if you reschedule or go on vacation, they don't work out. These clients look perfect, but they're time bombs. Because the moment the external pressure lifts, the event ends, the money's already spent, or you're not watching, they're gone. Well, let me show you type 2. Type 2 clients, the invested ones. These are the clients who show up because they want to. They enjoy the process. They like how they feel. They're becoming someone new, and they don't need that external pressure to stay consistent. And you can spot them because they question you, not in a disrespectful way, but because they're invested. They want to understand. They talk about how they feel. I have more energy, or I'm proud of myself. They work out even when you're not watching. You're on vacation, that doesn't stop them. They keep working out. These clients might not seem perfect, but they're the ones who stay for years because they found internal reasons to keep going. Now, here's what most trainers don't understand. In psychology, we call this the motivation spectrum. Type 1 clients are extrinsically motivated, driven by external pressure. Type 2 clients are intrinsically motivated and driven by internal satisfaction. This comes from self-determination theory, one of the most studied motivational theories in psychology. And here's what decades of research shows. Extrinsically motivated people, they quit the moment that external pressure disappears. However, intrinsically motivated people sustain behavior long term. So if you've got a gym full of type 1 clients who look perfect right now, you're about to lose most of them. Stay to the end and I'll show you exactly what to do if you have these warning signs. Warning sign number 1, perfect compliance. If your client never pushes back, never asks questions, never negotiates, that's a red flag. It means they're not invested. They're just following orders. I had a trainer tell me, I love when clients just do exactly what I say. And I said, those are the ones who are gonna bail on you, like fast. Here's an example. Client trains for a wedding, perfect attendance, never misses, does everything you say. The day after the wedding, gone. Why? That external motivator, the wedding, disappeared. She was never training for herself. She was training for the dress. If you have a client that's too obedient, ask yourself, what external pressure is keeping them here? Because when that pressure lifts, they're gone. Warning sign number 2, they only talk about the outcomes. When you ask, how are you feeling? They say, I lost 3 pounds, I hit my PR, my jeans fit better, but they never say, I feel stronger. I love how this makes me feel. I'm proud of myself. And that's a red flag. Because they're measuring success by external outcomes, not internal feelings. And the moment those outcomes stop, the scale doesn't move, they hit a plateau, they quit. Here's an example. Client loses 20 pounds, hits goal weight, the scale stops moving, quits 2 weeks later. Why? That external outcome, the weight loss, stopped delivering. She had no internal reason to keep going. If your clients can't tell you how training makes them feel, they're at risk. Warning sign number 3, they need you to push them. If your client only works hard when you're watching, skips workouts when you reschedule, needs constant check-ins to stay on track, that's a red flag. Because you are the external motivator. The moment they don't have access to you, they stop. For example, client trains great for 6 months. You go on vacation for 2 weeks because you're allowed, but they don't work out the whole time you're gone. You come back and they say, I just couldn't stay motivated without you. Well, guess what? That's not a compliment. That's a warning sign because you're the only reason they're showing up. What happens when you're not there? They quit. So if you're seeing these warning signs, here's what to do about it. You need to shift them from type 1 to type 2, from extrinsic to intrinsic, from obligation to enjoyment. And here are 3 ways to do this. Strategy number 1, ask about feelings, not outcomes. Stop asking, did you hit your target weight? Start asking, how did you feel after your workouts? You're training them to pay attention to the internal rewards, energy, mood, confidence, pride, not just the external outcomes. Start asking every client, what did you notice about how you felt this week? If clients start saying things like, I slept better, I had more energy with the kids, I feel more confident, those are intrinsic motivators. And these people don't bail when the scale stops moving. If you can get your client to feel good during the process, they don't need external outcomes to keep going. Strategy number 2, help them find what they enjoy. Ask them, what part of the training do you actually enjoy? If they can't answer you, you need to help them find it. And it might be something like the routine or the mental break that they get from working out, or the sense of accomplishment, the community, or the way they feel afterward. One trainer had a client who hated lifting, but loved the social aspect. So they started doing small group sessions instead of one-on-one. The client stayed for years. Why? Because she found the intrinsic motivator, which was their connection. If your client doesn't enjoy something about the process, they won't stick around. Your job is to find out what that something is. Strategy number 3, celebrate the internal wins, not just external ones. So when your client hits a PR, don't just say, great job, new PR. Say, how did that feel? You believed you could do it, and you did. You're redirecting their attention from that external achievement, the weight on the bar, to the internal experience, their belief, pride, competence. For example, trainer, you've been working on that for months. How does it feel to see your hard work pay off? Client, I feel like I can do anything. That's building intrinsic motivation. Every time you celebrate an internal win, you're helping build their own internal reasons to keep going. Here's the reality. Some clients will always be more extrinsically motivated, and that's okay. You're not trying to turn everyone into a type 2 client overnight. But if you can shift even 30% of their motivation to intrinsic, you'll double their retention. Because when clients have internal reasons to keep going, they don't need you to push them. They don't quit when the external outcome plateaus. They train because they want to, not because they have to. And they stay for years, not months. So here's what you've learned. The 2 types. Type 1 clients are extrinsically motivated and they show up because they have to. Type 2 clients are intrinsically motivated and they show up because they want to. The warning signs? Perfect compliance, outcome-focused language, and needs constant pushing. The solution? Ask about feelings. Help them find what they enjoy and celebrate the internal wins. Spot type 1 clients early and shift them toward type 2 and keep them for years. Here's what I know about you as a trainer. You would never write a program without assessing your client first. You test their baseline, their movement patterns, their strength, their mobility, because you can't improve on what you don't measure. But when it comes to retention, most trainers have no idea what their baseline is, and they don't know their actual churn rate. They don't know how much money they're losing every month to clients who quit. They're just guessing. So I built a retention calculator. It takes 30 seconds, you plug in 3 numbers, and it shows you exactly what client churn is costing you right now. No email required, no opt-in, just instant data. Because you can't fix a retention problem if you don't know how big it is. The link is in the description. Get your baseline now so we can build upon it. Next week, I'm breaking down autonomy. Why micromanaging your clients makes them quit, even when you think you're helping. I'm Alicia, former Blackhawk pilot, Harvard psych grad. I'm here to give you the psych training nobody ever did, so you can retain more of the clients you already have. See you in the next video. Keep crushing it. Peace.